Guys, a couple days ago, UFC 312 got announced on the UFC 310 card, Pantoja versus Asakura. They announced it in the middle of the card, Dricuc Duplessis versus Sean Strickland number 2. I'm going to give my thoughts on this. Let's just, first of all, before we get into this, let's look at, some of the other fights that are on the card. Ray Saruya, really good. He's one of the people coming up who's the future of the flyweight division. This guy's really good, and he's a good representative from Japan too. Um, and Shoal Jubilee, he's kind of a bum. I don't really care if he fights anyone. Zhang Wei Li versus Tatiana Suarez. Obviously, we knew this fight was going to happen. If I'm not mistaken, Tatiana Suarez, I think she's undefeated, is she? Yeah, she's undefeated. She's a number one contender. Obviously, this was the next matchup. Uh, so great fight on the card. That's good that Zhang Wei Li's fighting soon. She doesn't fight often, and a lot of people give her crap about that, but I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the UFC. They can't really find anyone to fight her. So I think, yeah, Tatiana Suarez is the only one really deserving of a title shot right now against Zhang Wei Li. So perfect fight. I still have Zhang Wei Li. I think she's just the most well-rounded, and she's just better than Tatiana Suarez. Now, Dricuc Duplessis versus Sean Strickland to announce. So Hamzat's not fighting for the belt next. Sean Strickland, I guess, protested enough, and this could be the UFC's fault. They didn't promise. They didn't promise Sean Strickland. Or no, sorry, they didn't promise Hamzat the title shot. They promised. Sorry, they promised both. Sorry, I don't even know what I was saying there. Sean Strickland got promised a title shot, and then Hamzat won the fight with Robert Whitaker, and now everyone was like, Hamzat should get the shot, which I thought Hamzat should get the shot. But I guess Sean Strickland got in the way. He's getting the title shot next. Now, I do not like this for Sean Strickland, and the reason is, if he goes out there and beats Dricuc, he's obviously fighting Hamzat next. I think Hamzat is a worse matchup for Sean Strickland than Hamzat is a worst matchup for Dricuc Duplessis. I think it will be harder for Hamzat to beat Dricuc than it is harder for Sean Strickland to beat Hamzat. Or than Hamzat to beat Sean Strickland. The reason I say that is because obviously the wrestling, but whatever. If I was Sean Strickland in his situation, I would let Hamzat fight Dricuc and then that whole time be preparing for Hamzat to win to train in wrestling, because I simply don't see Sean Strickland being able to beat Hamzat. But if he were to take some time and really try to maybe travel the world, travel some places outside of America, even though he's probably not allowed anywhere outside of the States, but try to train some wrestling for a fight with Hamzat Chimaev. But no, he's just taking the shot right away, which I guess if he wants it, he wants it. I don't really like that they gave it to Sean Strickland. I thought Hamzat was more deserving of it. But in a way, this could be good for when Hamzat gets the winner of this, because this guy here, Hamzat Chimaev, he brings a lot of hype. He's one of the biggest names in the sport right now, especially now since what he did to Robert Whitaker. And I think them building time between the fight with either... my early prediction, I'm going to go with Dricuc. So if it's against Dricuc, the time that it'll take and the shit talk back and forth between them on Twitter, it'll take a while, and I'm sure they'll run into each other maybe, and they're definitely gonna have an opening press conference for the Dricuc and Hamzat fight a couple months before. Yeah, I think it's better for Hamzat to wait. Maybe not him rushing into a title shot right away, even though it's not that far apart, even though it's not that close apart, that close together. Sorry. But yeah, guys, Sean Strickland versus Dricuc Duplessis. This is a great fight. Obviously, I think it's going to be a banger like the first one. I think it's going to go the full way. I think Dricuc, I honestly see it being honestly the exact same as the first fight, except Dricuc just makes it a little more defiant. That's not a word. He makes it a little more definitive that he won. Because last time, at first, I was like, Sean Strickland won. I thought it was a robbery, but I realized it was too close to be a robbery. And I watched the fight back, and I was like, okay, I can see how you give that to Dricuc. So Dricuc, you can say he won that fight. Then he beat Izzy. Now, if he goes out there and beats Sean, I'm just going to open a little... Sean again, I'm just going to open a little conversation. If he goes out there and defends his belt one more time against Sean Strickland, is Dricuc an all-time great middleweight? Is he in the top 5 middleweights? I think already, maybe, probably. But is he in the top 3 middleweights? I don't know. But I'm just going to put that out there. But yeah, this is exciting. Amazing way to start the year. We have Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan to start off the year. And then we have Mr. Sean Strickland versus Dricuc du Plessis, number 2, to start off the year. Now, I was hoping they would do a press conference with them all together with Sean Strickland, Sean Strickland, Islam, sorry, I'm a little racist, Dricuc, Umar, Merab, Tsarukyan. You know how they did last year for 2024, where they did Sean Strickland, Dricuc, Chito Vera versus O'Malley, and Topuria versus Volkanovski. They did an opening year press conference. I guess they're not going to do that, but I do hope. But for this fight, I do hope they do a press conference in the next couple of weeks. Maybe they'll do it maybe they will do it if they announce 3/13, so they could have those press conferences together. Because they did the Tsarukyan and Islam and Merab and Umar press conference, so my guess is they're not going to have a start of the year press conference like they did last year. So yeah, Sean Strickland versus Dricuc du Plessis. This is a yap session of a video. Winner gets Hamza, or Hamza gets the winner, however you want to say it. Hamza's waiting for either of them. Ideal scenario, Dricuc wins, for the plot, for the armor, for the fans. And I think Dricuc is just bigger in general now. But yeah, early prediction, I'm going to go Dricuc. Zhang Weili, I don't care about Anishul. Ray Saruya, but yeah. Great way to start off the year with Islam versus Tsarukyan and then Sean Strickland versus Dricuc. Now this makes me wonder who's going to be on UFC 313. Are they going to do maybe a Topuria fight? Or maybe a welterweight fight? Or actually, no, they can't do a welterweight fight that soon. Maybe they could. January, February, March, April. I don't know. I would love to see it. 313 should be getting announced in the next couple of weeks, I assume. Maybe not. Actually, maybe next month, I would say. But now, this is a great fight. Hamzat's waiting. But now, it does push the Hamzat fight kind of far because of Ramadan. If I'm not mistaken, January, February, March, April. I think Ramadan is in most of March. So, the Hamzat versus the winner of this is going to be pushed back a little bit. Probably to the more end of the year of 2025, which I'm fine with, or middle to end of the year. Which I think is fine, but we got to wait more now. But this is a perfect fight in between then. Alright guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. This is a terrible video, yap session of a video. I have no script, no plan for this video. I just want to comment on this, my thoughts. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not missing anything. I probably am. Peace out.